problem in climate change as it upsets the delicate balance of ecosystem and affects plants and animals that inhabit them. Changing landscapes and wildlife habitat. Experts predict that 1/4 of Earth's species will be headed for extinction by 2050, and the warming trend continues at its current rate.
Go.
Rising seas threaten to inundate low-lying areas and islands, threaten dense coastal populations, erode shorelines, damage property, and destroy ecosystems such as mangroves and wetlands that protect coasts against storms. Climate change will also have an economic impact, as the climate will force many industries to move quickly to adapt to change. Climate change can also increase the risk of storms, droughts, and floods. Haiti falls under the top 10 countries that are affected by climate change. Their agriculture is unstable due to climate change. If climate change continues, Haiti will have a drier future. Hurricanes are more frequent and less predictable. Nigeria is a country in the top 10 countries affected by climate change as well. Nigeria has been having concerns with sea levels rising, changing rainfall patterns, and storms. Global warming began in the 1800s due to a high amount of carbon dioxide that was in the air. In 1800 to 1870, coal, railroads, and land clearing speed up greenhouse emissions. By 1966, Emiliani's analysis of deep-sea cores and Broker analysis of ancient corals showed that the timing of ice ages was set by small orbital shifts, suggesting that the climate change is sensitive to small changes. By 2000, Global Climate Coalition dissolves as many corporations grapple with threat of warming, but oil lobby convinces UN administration to deny the problem.
It has been proven that mankind is the leading contributor to global warming. Emitting fossil fuels such as greenhouse gases and CO2 into the atmosphere and our harsh treatment of nature is what is causing our temperatures to go up. Here are some statistics. According to NASA, carbon dioxide in the globe's atmosphere has gone up 406.17 parts per million. The global temperature has gone up a total of 1.7 degrees Fahrenheit on average around the world. The Arctic ice minimum is going down 13.3% per decade, and the sea level is rising 3.4 milliliters per year. That is not good. The U.S. has taken some actions at the federal level to curb emissions, including new nationwide fuel efficiency standards for cars and light trucks. Individual states also have laws designed to lower their emissions in the coming decades. California has the most ambitious plan. Starting in 2013, the state will cap greenhouse gas emissions from factories and power plants, and eventually emissions from vehicles. China. China is the world's biggest producer and consumer of coal, and the #1 emitter of greenhouse gases, and the second largest consumer of energy, but it is also a developing nation, which means that like other developing nations, it isn't required to lower its emissions under the Kyoto Protocol. European Union. Under the Kyoto Protocol, the then 15 EU member states signed on to reduce emissions by 8% below 1990 levels by 2012. To meet that goal, in 2005, the EU launched the biggest carbon trading market in the world. Today, all 27 member states are required to participate, plus Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway. Major factories and power plants in the EU are granted permits for how much carbon they can emit. Companies that emit less carbon than their allotted amount can sell their extra carbon credits to firms that exceed their emissions limit.
The greenhouse gases. Even if it was stopped, the Earth would still be warmed by a Fahrenheit or so. Oil is one of the biggest energy sources for the energy dense, since easily only more fuel-efficient vehicles, better public transportation, and electric cars will get us off the hook, but it's too expensive. An increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere does more than change Earth's temperature. A lot of carbon dioxide in the air dissolves into seawater. It creates carbonic acid in the process called ocean acidification. Ocean acidification is making it hard for some sea creatures to build shells and skeletal structures. This could alter the ecological balance in the oceans and cause problems for fishing and tourism industries. Getting nations to agree on one thing is tough. The US and China are the ones who are the big players, so their leadership is needed. Trump withdrawing from the Paris Climate Accord is not a good example of how countries should take leadership. Rich nations transfixed by economic crisis have little appetite to help with the climate change crisis. If it is acted on later, it will cost more if we acted on it now.